Moving along here today on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, here with Sam Belkis. We got to get into our game picks for week 2, Sam. We got some juicy matchups to go through real quick. Starting Thursday night football tomorrow night on Prime Video. We got the Vikings going to face the Eagles in Philly. Eagles are a 6-point home favorite. You got an upset pick here to start us off, Sam?
My good friend Max would say, "Fly, Eagle, fly."
Fly Eagles fly is right. I'm backing you up on that one. Vikings Vikings lost to Tampa Bay last week. Bad loss. Vikings, I'm not so sure about them.
Yeah, no upset here, Matt. Eagles at home, coming off of a solid win over a tougher Patriots than I think a lot of people realize. Going against a Vikings team that just lost to the Bucks, and now are having to go on the road and play in Philadelphia. It's a tough place to play. Those fans are ruthless. Give me the Eagles all day, boys.
I agree, Sam. Moving along to Sunday, the morning slot. We got the Green Bay Packers going on the road to take on the Atlanta Falcons. This is going to be a close one. You know, a couple young quarterbacks here, unproven. Jordan Love looked pretty good last week. How you feeling about this one, Sammy?
Got the Atlanta Falcons here. Um, Falcons 2 weeks at home. That's such a great way to start. Um, and they're going to run the ball. It's no secret what they want to do. It's no secret what they're going to do. And I think they're going to present a much better defensive challenge for the Packers than the Bears did. And you talk about the Falcons being at home for 2. What about the Packers away for 2? That's tough. So I don't necessarily think it's an upset, but I got the Falcons over the Packers.
I got to stick with you there. That run game looked real solid for Atlanta last week with your boy Bijan and Tyler Algier forming a pretty lethal two-headed monster there. I got to go at Atlanta at home with you, Sam.
Um,
Another game we got in the morning slot, we got the Raiders of Las Vegas going on to take on the Buffalo Bills, who we saw just shit away a game on Monday night. Do you think the Raiders can go to 2-0 and make the Bills 0-2?
I got the Bills in a bounce back, get right kind of game. Wacky, odd kind of Sunday or Monday night game against the Jets. Josh Allen didn't look good. It's a get right game for the Bills. It's really all I have to say. They're going to get right. They're going to do what they need to do. They're not going to go 0-2 and lose that second game at home. There's just no way.
I'm with you. Bounce back game for Josh Allen and the Bills. Stephon Diggs looked pretty damn good on Monday night for you. 10 catches, a $102 and a touchdown. I got the Bills bouncing back at home. Moving along, we got the Los Angeles Chargers coming off that tough loss last week to the Dolphins. They're going on the road this time. They're 3-point road favorites in Nashville, Tennessee to take on my Titans. How you feeling about this one, Sammy?
Well, if it makes you feel good, I did have to. This was one of the ones I had to think about. This required some pondering, some thinking, some tinkering. But ultimately, I'm going with the Vegas lines. I'm taking the Chargers. I think after that heartbreak of a loss to the Dolphins, they're going to want to smack the Titans, get all their anger and aggression out. And that offense is just high octane. I don't think I think the Titans have a really good run defense. So it might not be a great day for Kelly or Eckler. But I think Justin Herbert's just gonna air it out. I think, yeah. Give me all the Chargers wide receivers in fantasy.
Yeah, good call there. That's definitely a tough one. Juicy game. Definitely a juicy one here. But I'm afraid that my Tennessee Titans cannot score enough to keep up with the Chargers. Like you said, high octane offense. I got the Chargers win on the road, but if Austin Eckler doesn't play, then we got something to talk about. Okay, we got something to talk about them.
Agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Moving along, staying in the morning games, we got an AFC North showdown here, Sam. We got the Ravens going on to take on the Bengals of Cincinnati. Bengals looked like trash last week. Are they going to get off the snide here?
might sense a bit of a theme in some of these picks for me. It's going to be a bounce back for the Bengals. This one, another one that I went back and forth on. I crossed out and recircled,
Oh,
but
nervous.
ultimately, I'm nervous about this one. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think they were humbled in Week 1. I think the way the preseason goes these days, that first game is almost like a preseason game because the starters and the stars they don't play in the preseason.
I
So
don't anymore.
I think it's a wake up call. I think they're going to be humbled watching the film. I think they're going to have a good week of practice. Again, you can't go 0-2 and lose that second game at home. You just lost to the Browns with a divisional opponent. The Bengals absolutely, it's almost week 2 a must win. You can't go 0-2 in your division first 2 games of the year. And the Ravens looked good. I mean, they smacked around the Texans 25-9, but is Mark Andrews healthy? Lamar Jackson didn't. He only had like 160 some odd yards. So give me the Bengals over the
169,
over the
yeah.
Ravens.
We're locked in step by step here so far, Sam. I got the Bengals going back home. Ravens, I got them as a wild card team this year. I got the Bengals winning the division. So this is going to be a great game. But the way the Bengals looked last week, I think they want to get things right. Bengals win at home. Close game. Staying in the morning slot here, we got the Seahawks, who were embarrassed by the Rams at home last week. They go on the road this time, take on the Detroit Lions. They got about a three-day extra rest on these Seahawks playing on Thursday night against the Chiefs. Because of that, and because they're home, and because they're better, I got the Detroit Lions here, Sam.
Yeah, I hate to keep agreeing with you, but I have the Lions as well. You said it, a couple extra days of rest. Um, Seattle losing both those offensive tackles. It's fun to talk about the skill positions, but trenches win games. And if Dino doesn't have his 2 stud young tackles protecting him, I'm nervous because look at what what the Rams defense could do. So yeah, extra days of rest. They're riding high after that Chiefs win, but I don't think they're letting it get to their heads. Lions are tough.
Lions are my pick in that division, so let's go Detroit.
Same.
Sexy team. People are jumping on them. Staying in the morning slot here, Sammy, we got the Bears coming off that ugly loss to the Packers last week. They're going the road to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you know what? This might be where we differ for the first time. I got Justin Fields having a big game here, running all over the place. Baker Mayqueef is a queef. He's not going to win this game. I got the Bears on the road. Upset.
My best impressions. This is where the viewers will find out that I am indeed not Max because I got the Bucks going 2-0. This was not as much as the Bengals and the Ravens. I did think about this one a bit. Again, talking about that theme of get right and bounce back games. Bucks look good. I mean, I think the Vikings are a little overhyped. I don't think they're as good as people think. But Baker Mayfield, he's always been known to throw the ball down the field. You got a good throw the ball down the field kind of receiver in Mike Evans. He found him in the end zone. He was finding Godwin. They look competent on offense. Bucks always have a strong defense. Give me the Bucks over the Bears. I think the Bears are stinky queefs.
I think the Bears are stinky queefs too, but I'm gonna go with an upset in this one. Bears over the
All right.
Bucks. Staying in the morning slot, we got the Chiefs on 3 days extra rest going down to Florida, take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chiefs are 3.5-point road favorites. They got those extra days of rest coming off a 1-point loss. Chiefs are going to get this done on the road. Jaguars, they're queefs.
Chiefs are indeed going to get this done. I think Kelsey was close in that Thursday night NFL season opener. He should be back. I watched the Jaguars very closely as a Colts fan. Look, the Jaguars almost lost to a rookie-led Indianapolis Colts with a first-time head coach. That game was closer than that 10-point win suggested. Colts were leading in the fourth quarter in that one. And I mean, the Jaguars look good on offense, but the Colts were able to do pretty much anything they wanted. Again, with a rookie QB, give me the Chiefs all day long.
Yeah, that's going to be a juicy one. I think I'm going to have to pick that one as my juiciest game of the week. Chiefs and Jaguars, 11 o'clock out here in Colorado on Sunday morning on CBS. That's 51-point over under. That one's going to be juicy. Last game here in the morning time slot. We got an AFC South battle, a queef battle in the division. We got the Colts going on to take on the Houston Texans. Damn it, this game is as much of a toss-up as there is in week 2. Both teams blow. Sam, are you going to surprise us here with your pick or not?
Surprised here, going with my Colts. Look, we looked better than I thought against the Jaguars. I think when some time goes on, the Colts are going to look back and be very happy that they picked Anthony Richardson. And I think the Texans and the Panthers are going to wish they had. I think he's the best rookie quarterback out of that group. I think the Texans have a lot more to figure out than the Colts do. And the Colts over the years have played pretty well in Houston, so I got the Colts.
This, like I said, it's a toss-up, but the Colts did look better last week against the Jags at home. Texans looked like shit on the road against Baltimore. I know that's a tough on the road, but I'm going Colts. I'm going Colts because they looked better in week 1. I don't want to pick the Colts because they're on my shit list. Jim Irsay's on my shit list. Jonathan Taylor's on the queef list. But I think they get it done by a point or a field goal.
It's okay, Matt. We all know that you're secretly a huge Colts fan.
Nah, a bunch of queefs in Indianapolis. Moving on to our afternoon slate on Sunday, Sammy. We got 4 games in this window. Starting here, we got a NFC West matchup. We got the 49ers going a little bit south to take on the LA Rams. Sam, the Rams surprised us all last week, going into Seattle and winning. I don't see him beating the 49ers. The 49ers kicked the shit out of the Steelers last week. 49ers get it done on the road again.
Clock is striking midnight, and the Rams are going to turn back into pumpkins. I got the 49ers in this one. I got them for my Super Bowl pick. I have them representing the NFC for the Super Bowl and going on to win the Super Bowl. They're tough as nails. That defense is just out of this world. I think the Rams surprised us all. They are at home, but I just do not see it happening twice. 49ers.
Staying in the afternoon slate here, we got the Giants going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Cardinals might be the worst team in football. Giants look like the worst team in football in week 1, getting 40-0 blowed by the Cowboys. But Giants are going to get it done on the road here. They got more talent than Arizona. Joshua Dobbs starting for Arizona at quarterback. Get out of here. Get out of here, Cardinals.
Yeah, this is another bounce back, get right game for the Giants. I think they're going to take all their anger, embarrassment, aggression out on the poor Cardinals. Those little Redbirds are going to get their wings clipped. It's going to be ugly. I got the Giants.
Going to the later games in the afternoon slate, kicking off 20 minutes later than these last 2 games we talked about. Got the Jets led by Zach Queef Wilson going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Oh my goodness, this could be embarrassing. Dallas Cowboys at home. Zach Queef Wilson throws 2 picks and gets sacked 6 times.
Yeah, the Cowboys aren't going to put up 40. That Jets defense is for real. That Jets defense is playoff caliber. But yikes. Yeah, that Cowboys defense is going to eat Zach Wilson alive. He hasn't taken, the starting reps all off season, was thrust into the starting role with this catastrophic injury to Aaron Rodgers. I got the Cowboys.
Give me a touchdown, Garrett Wilson, please, please. Last game in the afternoon slate, we got the Salamanders of Washington coming here to Denver, Colorado to take on the Broncos, who got beat here last week by the Raiders. This is going to be an ugly game, a 39-point over-under. I hope I don't have to watch it, but I'm going to take the Broncos in a slugfest.
I also have the Broncos. I'm not super confident about it, but again, sort of this bounce back, get right theme. You can't lose 2 games to start the season, both of them at home. The game against the Raiders was close. Commanders almost lost to the Cardinals. I got 2 poops a week. Russell Wilson go for a onside kick on the first play of the game. Sean Payton over the Salamanders.
Yeah, it was a ballsy move there last week by Sean Payton. Moving into the Sunday night game, Sammy, on NBC. Been waiting all day for Sunday night. We got the Dolphins going to New England to take on the Patriots. This is going to be a good one. Dolphins have too much firepower. I've been saying it for a while. The Patriots are the worst team in the division. Now, without Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, we can maybe talk about it. But Patriots, I still got fourth. Dolphins have way too much explosive power. Dolphins, they're only favored by 3. I'd be taking that line. I think the Dolphins can win by a touchdown easy.
Waiting all day for Sunday night.
Woo!
Call me crazy, but I got the Patriots,
Oh,
boys.
Big Bill.
So the game of the week last week, Dolphins Chargers, just a lot of high flying offense, lots of fun. Patriots defense is not the Chargers defense. Okay. Couple of things go a little differently in that Patriots Eagles game. Patriots could have come out of there with a win. They're back at home for a second week in a row. If I know Bill Belichick, his number one mission is going to be to take away what's the best option for the Dolphins, which is Tyreek Hill. I'll be interested to see how he plans to do that. He might have 4 guys guard him all at the same time. I don't know. But that's what he's going to try and do. The Patriots defense is tough, and they're tough every year. And I don't know, Mac Jones looked like rookie year Mac Jones when they won like 10 plus games. Bill O'Brien's back in New England as the offensive coordinator, a competent offensive coordinator. I got the update here. I'm going with the Patriots.
Yeah, Mac Jones, QB2 on the week last week. Surprised me. Played the Eagles pretty tough, but Dolphins, take that line, -3, take that. Go Dolphins.
We'll see.
Monday night, we got a doubleheader on Monday night here, Sam. The NFL's been doing this the last couple of years, throwing in a doubleheader on Monday night at the beginning of the season. We got a divisional matchup here first on ESPN. The Saints go on the road to take on the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a good one. The Panthers lost to the Falcons last week. Saints barely beat my Titans. I think Chris Olave has a big game. Jamal Williams gets going. He was shut down by my Titans run D last week. I think Jamal Williams gets going, and the Saints are going to pull this one out on the road.
Saints go marching into Charlotte and get this W. On average, when rookie quarterbacks start the season, their teams typically only win 4 to 5 games. Saints have a good defense. I think Derek Carr is getting used to all his new weapons. Saints.
The second game of that doubleheader, kicking off an hour after. So, if you got 2 screens, pull them out. This one's going to be on ABC. We got the Browns taking on our guy, Will, his Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Will's going to be watching this one at a Pittsburgh Steelers bar here now. I don't know where that's at, Sam, but there's a Steelers bar here, according to Will. But Cleveland is the 2.5-point road favorite. Steelers got their ass kicked at home last week by the Niners. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, unfortunately for the Steelers, I do not have them in this bounce back get right team. They just looked unprepared. They looked like they were in the first or second preseason game. So that means they still got 1 or 2 more before they figure things out. The Browns look tough. They put a naughty spanking on the Bengals, and they're going to go into the Steel City and go up 2-0 in that tough division.
I gotta agree with you. It looks like we got 3 teams fighting for that AFC North: the Bengals, the Ravens, the Browns. And just like I predicted a couple weeks ago in that AFC North breakdown, I got the Steelers as the worst team. They got by far the worst quarterback there in Kenny Pickett. We'll see what he can do in that second-year leap, but looks like a queef.
Real quick, before we move on, I commented on the last podcast with my own playoff teams, wild cards, and Super Bowl predictions. I have the Ravens winning that division with the Browns snagging that wild card, and the Bengals, sorry about you, not making it. That's one of my juicier, hotter takes. So, I like the Browns.
That's pretty juicy there, Sam.